This is Eurocult.
All right, we're back.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Dana's not going to be with us. She's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we're going to let her rest for the day.
All right. Yeah, weather change got a lot of people messed up.
Well, plus my office, one day it was 80 degrees, and the next day it was in the below 50. So my office has been like that. Every place I've ever worked in an office, it's been like that. So either it's too hot, too cold. Even in the summer, it's freezing sometimes.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we'll, I guess we'll just go over some recently watched. We'll start with Dirk, if you want
to. Yeah. We kind of went over one of them, and then I got to thinking. I was like, well, I don't want to just talk about shit I'm doing on other things, but I'll mention this one because I really liked it a lot, and it's Camille Keaton. I'd never seen it. It was Tragic Ceremony.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I got my DVD signed by her for that.
Oh,
And
yeah, I saw a little bit of your show last night.
Okay, cool. And what's cool is that I didn't realize she's from Arkansas, man. She ain't, Arkansas is not too damn far.
Huh.
But Pine Bluff, Arkansas, of all places. I was like, damn.
There's a bluff.
Yeah.
In Arkansas.
Yeah. But this is a 1972 film from Ricardo Freda. I'm not gonna go through it too much. You got Luigi Pistilli, Luciana. Is that how you say her name? Luciana Paluzzi?
Yeah.
Luciano. Yeah.
She was in, wasn't she in Thunderball or something?
Yeah, James Bond girl.
Yeah.
Very beautiful woman. But
Green slime.
Yeah. Green slime, yeah. Black Veil for Lisa, too, is another one that I'm going to mention here in a minute. But, it's a crazy-ass mixture of genres. Got the satanic, gothic, hippie shit going on, some damn slasher. I mean, it's like everything's thrown in there. But I'd say it's worth checking out of the set, and it's probably my favorite out of the three. In that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I still have the DVD. I didn't get that set. I mean, I've seen the other couple of movies are not great.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Sex of the Witch is kind of strange.
Oh man.
Well, we'll come on to that because I'll have them in my recent scene. But I actually like Madeline, but not a lot of people do.
Yeah, that was the one I've never heard of. I had a copy of Sex of the Witch, but the subtitles only did very short, brief spurts, and then you're just left with Italian. So, Madeline was a weird one.
But this one here, man, this is gold to me.
Yeah,
I give it a 7 out of 10, and
Yeah, I just find it weird that she. I mean, I don't know how much you got into it. That she was in Italy and she made I don't know if this is at the same time as Solange or a different.
Well, this is 72, so this is right after Solange.
Right. So she was. I mean, I just assumed that she went to Italy and stayed there for 6 or 7 months and did 3 or 4 movies. But
she was there actually from 71 to 74.
Wow.
So, and she had an uncle that lived there that was an Italian. So she got into that's, and her idea behind it was to be like Clint Eastwood. She thought, take the same path Eastwood took. And she was going to be an actress, but anyway,
Yeah.
But I like Tragic Ceremony. I like a lot. I didn't like it as much as Madeline, but I think I said on the stream last night, it kind of you could play it together with All Colors of the Dark. You know, they both come out at the same time. They both got like a cult kind of, you know, things going on in there and Giallo type. So yeah, I think it's a very strong film.
And it starts out so good, man. That first Black Mass scene that goes on. It's so damn bonkers.
I mean, the atmosphere is fantastic as well with the storm coming in, and you know, Ricardo Freire is brilliant.
You know? But yeah, that's that one, and then and I want to mention When Evil Lurks.
Okay, yeah.
Which I really like that one. It's a whole different, like, it's kind of like a possession movie, but it's created its own rules, and it's built its own world. It's completely different than anything I'd ever seen.
Well, it makes me very hesitant to go to out in the country in Spain.
Yeah,
I want to say I don't want to go nowhere near where the hell that place was.
Right. Yeah. So it's like these two brothers. They find a half of a dead body out in the woods, and then it leads them to a shack, and then they go to the shack and they see this big old bloated dude, and they call him a rotten. And, he's what I wrote here. He's possessed by an unborn demon. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a great watch. I really like this one. This was like in competition with maybe best film of the year that's came out this year. There ain't been a lot that I really like this year, but I highly recommend When Evil Lurks. So
I've heard a lot of people saying that it's better than it's better than the new Exorcist film. I'm not sure.
Oh shit!
But is it the type of film that new Exorcist film would like to have been, basically?
It's a possession film, but not like you think. You know, it like I said, it does its own thing. It's created its own rules and world. It's completely different, and that's what I appreciate about it. It's original as hell, and the way it's shot. There's some jaw-dropping moments. It's like, what the shit is happening, man?
I like it when the woman is carrying the kid and like using the kid's brain as popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
It's some wild shit in that movie, but I give it an 8.5 out of 10, man. And I usually don't give shit that good a rating, but I highly recommend that one. And then the last one is a Black Veil for Lisa, which it's so crazy when I get to watching films how these actors and actresses it's like parallel, you know. Luciana Paluzzi again in this one. It's a great damn movie. Well acted for a giallo. I guess you'd say a giallo / Poliziotteschi / Crimi type film. You know, have you seen Black Veil for Lisa?
I think I have, maybe, but maybe I haven't watched it all, or I just forgot most of it.
This is 1968, so this is before like the giallo's really established. You know what I mean? It's very well acted. Also got the guy from Spasmo. Is that it?
Yeah.
He's in this. Damn, I'm trying to remember his name. I didn't write it down, but
I think you got John Mills in that one as well.
John Mills, yeah. But yeah, basically the detectives. He's working on this case, and there's these killers going around. There's killing going around. He's killing all these whistleblowers on this crime drug cartel shit, and he's leaving his calling card. He's leaving a switchblade and his giallo disguise, I guess you'd say, like the top hat and shit. I really like how it's done. But the detective is distracted because he's constantly thinking about his young wife. He's much older.
Yeah.
And he's thinking that she's cheating on him and shit, and he's just obsessed with it. So he keeps calling her and shit and spying on her, checking on her. But yeah, it's a really good one, man. So I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah, definitely check that one out.
Dallamano fan as well.
Really, really good acting compared to a lot of the Giallo, I'd say.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like top
Cool.
notch. But yeah, that's my 3, man.
All right. What about you, Darren?
So yeah, I've got a few I can mention. Obviously we did a Camille Keaton kind of follows, done a box set last night on Dirk's channel. So I'm going to mention Sex of the Witch, and this one is crazy, man. It's 1973, directed by Angelo Pananaco. So you have this old guy like Thomas Hilton. He's kind of on his deathbed. He leaves a will to all his family members, and he like leaves out his one daughter Evelyn for some reason, and he kind of foresees that something bad's going to happen to the family, and like a figure in this family is going to basically destroy them. So soon after, you got your usual sort of giallo. They're getting bumped off one by one. But this is weird, man, because you've got Franco Garral. I think it's Garafalo. The bug-eyed guy from Hell of the Living Dead. He dresses up in like a tutu dress.
Yeah.
So, and it's really weird, man, because all he does in this film is shag. So there's these two servants, and all they do is shag throughout the whole film, like at different intervals, all the way through. There's a
and
10-minute
means
like
screw for
yeah. I gotta be polite because I'm on someone else's channel. Otherwise, I just say any F word. But there's a 10-minute sex scene, like freeway sex scene in this, and it just goes on and on and on, and it's not it's no way titillation at all involved. It's just
armpit hair. You get it all.
Shit.
Oh,
I get excited then. But
Yeah.
there's kind of armpit hair. There's 70s bush. It's just like a never-ending sort of. I class it as like a porno film with like Agatha Christie like elements, and you got the overused score as well. They just play in almost every scene. It just keeps coming and coming.
Not very good either. Yeah.
So yeah. And what about that ending as well? Like we mentioned it on Gizmo's channel last night. It's very similar to like Strip New for Your Killer, where, it's not going to give too much away. It's not going to give the plot away or anything. But this guy, the two servants, basically he just starts laughing, and the camera zooms in on this woman's like pussy, and that's the end.
Yeah.
And I just totally bemused by it. I didn't know what was going on. But I wouldn't recommend that one at all.
It's incoherent as hell.
Yeah. So the next one I would say is Madeline, which I liked a lot more. It's Anatomy of a Nightmare, 1974, written and directed by Roberto Mori, starring Silvino Tranquilli and Camille Keaton, obviously. So you've got Madeline, this young, like, attractive lady. She's having these bad, like, vivid dreams. They kind of feature like a miscarriage. There's a bad racing car accident in there as well. And she's being chased by all these different versions of herself. It's like a dream sequence at the start of the film. I think it's fantastic. And like this just stunning visuals and imagery I thought was great in this. You've got an amazing score by Maurizio Fandelli. To me, I think it's probably Camille Keaton's best performance, like even better than I Spit on Your Grave. But there's like a big story plot that makes sense, parapsychology, and it kind of makes sense at the end if you stick with it. Because Madeline seemingly like has a husband, but like any half decent looking guy in the film, she bangs. And I got to a point in the film where I thought, is she just like a nymphomaniac, and that's kind of it, and they're not going to go anywhere else with the story or anything? But no, it does. There is meaning to everything that happens.
And that lead actor, what's his name? That lead actor,
Silvino Tranquilli. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a standout in the movie.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's in a lot of giallos, like So Sweet, So Dead, and all of them. But yeah, there's this slow motion topless scene with Camille Keaton not riding on a horse. I mean, yeah, it's great just to watch that scene. And you've like this really like attractive redhead as well. I think Pelea Senatori, who starts stripping off near the end of the film at this like party for no reason at all. It's great. The ending is really like what the hell's going on, because for me it reminded me a bit of like Delirium from 1972. It's kind of got that vibe without giving too much away. But yeah, I think if you like Italian films, you know, like European kind of sexploitation films, I think you'd quite like it. I know Steve didn't like it, if I remember rightly.
Madeline?
Yeah.
No.
Didn't you say you couldn't get into it or something like that?
Well, I definitely finished it. I don't know if I liked it a lot. I'd never heard of it or saw it, so at least it had something. I didn't know where it was going, so that was good. It was okay. I might have to revisit it at some point to get another opinion, but it's okay.
I would go back to it, but I mean, you know what it's about now. It's kind of a slow burn, so maybe when you're in that mood, you might get a little bit more out of it. But the last one I'm going to mention is May, which I've never seen, from 2002.
Oh,
yeah. Which I could, so yeah, you've got this Angela Bettis plays this really strange lady, like young girl even. She's really weird. She starts like, you know, she gets like love interests, and she kind of stalks people in it, because you've got this guy who works in a garage and she's kind of following him all the time. Lucky McKee directs it. The guy who made Sick Girl, I think she stars in Sick Girl from the Masters of Horror series as well. And you've got Anna Faris plays like a lesbian like friend in the film as well. I really liked it. I think it kind of gets horror and comedy mixed together really well, and like halfway through it kind of turns into a slasher as well, which I really liked. So I thought it was really good. Didn't blow me away, but I mean, I'd definitely give it a solid like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Kind of like a character study in it, you know, of this girl, but the ending again reminds me of something like Frankenstein or Pieces. But yeah, I would recommend that one. But yeah, that's the 3 I got this week.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one. I was wondering about that second sight release, but
I held off on it for so long. Not the release, I mean, just to watch the film, and I was really pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's one of the first movies that I remember that I watched on a computer screen way back when. I'm talking about the big CRT. 19. It's like a 19-inch TV or something. But
the 300-pound monitors and shit.
It was pretty dang heavy. So I watched. I bought some movies in October, but they weren't horror, so I didn't watch them. One of them was the new Natural Born Killers 4K.
Okay.
And the way it's made is it's got black and white. It's got kind of like a video look to it, and then regular film. And that part, the film version, parts of the movie look amazing. I mean, I think the other ones, obviously for artistic reasons, is a lot different. But I hadn't seen that movie in forever, and I watched the director's cut, which I'm not even sure if I've ever seen before. There was a little bit here, extra little things here and there, but it was definitely an upgrade to the video in that respect, and it was. I mean, I've always kind of liked it. So
I was a big fan of Oliver Stone in the '90s. He was like my favorite director in the '90s, I think. But
my friend, over 20 years ago, we were working at this factory together. And this is back when Woody Harrelson was planting marijuana in his hometown and getting arrested and stuff. He's from Kentucky at some point, or I don't know. At least that's what I remember. And he came to our town had a hemp shop that just opened up, and it was open for maybe 6 months to a year. But he came there when it opened, and he got like the Natural Born Killers soundtrack, got Woody Harrelson to sign it, which is kind of cool. But anyway, that was fun to watch. the one of the other ones that I watched, I've been seeing this movie pop up on Twitter a lot, and I had a copy of it. It's called The Cat, and it's a Hong Kong science fiction crazy movie from like 1980, 81, 82 or something. And it's about this it's an old guy, a young girl, and a cat, and all three of them are from outer space. They're aliens.
Oh shit!
And there's some ancient, I don't know, there's some evil thing. I don't even know. I guess they're supposed to, it was chasing them or something. I'm not sure. But it's like a blob with like little tentacles. And it can take over somebody or just absorb them. And this movie had something I'd never seen before. It was a cat versus a Great Dane fight in a junkyard, and it was amazing. This cat body slammed this big dog, and it's a combination of live action, I guess some kind of animatronics a little bit, and then a little bit of stop motion. So it's all over the place, and they were like going at it, and it was just insane. It went on for like 10 or 15 minutes, and luckily I thought the cat had killed the dog, but they had a scene where the guy who owned the dog came and got it and is carrying this big ass dog out. But anyway, it's
dog's ass in it.
Yeah. The cat was like got its claws out and it's like slit a big slit in the side of the dog and stuff.
Shit.
But it was I was really, it's a crazy film, but
yeah,
I liked it. I was surprised by that. The other thing, I haven't watched this yet, but I got it. I was watching old Pop's Movie Dungeon, which I shouldn't have done because he had picked up some stuff, and he picked up a version of Grindhouse.
Yeah.
From Via Vision or something.
Yeah.
And I got it off of Orbit DVD, and so I don't know if it's the same transfer as the other Blu-ray, but I'm probably is. If that's the case, I'm gonna look into it a little further. I probably won't even open this.
I thought about grabbing that too myself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a Region B, so I don't know if that's if this is the UK company or something.
I've not heard of it being released over here, but maybe.
I think Biovision is imprint, right?
Well, it's got Lionsgate on it, Via Vision. It is and there's only 2,000 of these made, which is,
Yeah.
I got 876.
It might be Australian, I think.
Yeah, I always thought they were Region C, but I could be wrong. That's what that was the other thing I thought it could be Australian, but I don't know. But either way, and of course that leads us into the movie House by the Edge of the Park. Dana bought the 4K of that, so that's what we watched, and I'll let Darren talk about it. That guy.
Yeah, so we got House on the Edge of the Park, 1980, directed by Ruggero Deodato. Stars David Hess. You've got Annie Belle. You've got Lorraine Desselle. I mean, the list goes on with this film.
Oh yeah.
Giovanni Lombardo Radice. I mean, his star-studded cast, really.
His first role, right? I believe.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, could well have been, because I know we did Cannibal Apocalypse in probably the same year as well.
What about Ferox? I thought Ferox was in the early 80s?
Ferox came a year later because Lorraine Desselle was in that with him.
Yeah.
As well. But so this is kind of a really messed up, like, I don't know what you would call it, like an Italian home invasion film. It's got so many different things going on.
It's also a revenge film too,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And
which is odd.
I actually like that twist. We'll come on to that, but I actually do like the twist. But
right.
so we start off. You've got the song "Sweetly and I mean the same director. This is fantastic. I think every song in this is amazing. But
yeah, I was playing it last night. I was had the movie going, and Tasha walked by, and I said, "You hear this?" I said, "This edition comes with the soundtrack, so next time we go riding, it's gonna be playing in the truck."
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I could play that same.
He's like, "Hell no, you didn't want to hear it."
It's so the opening scene the music does not really go with what happens in that scene, because you know, you've got David Hess, Alex he's called in the film, and he's driving round, and he basically stalking this woman who I think he references he sees at this discotheque, and then to make it even more chilling, that's actually his real life wife at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were married at the time, but they certainly dated.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. So, again, this is going to be full of spoilers. So, you know, there's no way talking about this film without spoilers.
Yeah.
But he ends up raping her and strangling her to death, which is kind of like, yeah, you know, what a start. And then we come on to, like, you know, we see the Ricky character comes into it. They're kind of at the garage. They're closing up their underground garage. We see Ricky played by, you know, Radice. And I think that's a great performance as well. Like, he plays a mentally challenged guy. Probably his best performance, I think, along with Hess as well. But so you get these two, you know, you get these kind of yuppies, these really rich types. They turn up at this garage. Basically, they're saying their cars, you know, something wrong with their car. Can they fix the car? So you know, Radice's character fixes the car. I will actually say that Annie Belle in this film as well looks amazing. I think she's one of the most, for that time, I think one of the most strikingly beautiful women.
Yeah, and Hess's wife left him during this movie because Hess says that, you know, that scene with her where he gets it on with her, he said that was real. I was like,
yeah.
Damn.
Did she end up going back with him though? Because I know they were back together like years later.
I don't think so, because I don't know, maybe, but Deodato was saying that she left him, like,
right. Yeah, it's not something you want to. Well, saying that is, you know, if you're doing it with her, it is something you want to brag about, basically. But yeah, so they end up like kind of all going back to this party now, and you know, in this very well-to-do place. And again, the same track. I just love it, man. The song "Do It to Me One More Time," you know, plays. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, Ricky, like the mentally challenged guy there, and he starts getting up dancing, and all these rich, like, guys are just basically egging him on. Right. They're taking the piss out of him. They're getting him drunk.
He don't know. He thinks that they really like it, and they're just really
exactly. And like Lorraine DeSalle's character as well, I think it's Gloria. She kind of gets him to do a striptease. Right. And then, you know, Alex kind of, this is like as it starts to get, you know, interesting. Alex turns around and he says, "Look, you know, they're making an idiot of you," and all that. And things kind of take a real, you know, turn for the worse.
That's when he kind of snaps a little bit.
Yeah. He kind of, you know, it's all going fairly well, and then that happens. But I mean, there's so many things that happen later on in the film that just turns the film totally and completely on its head.
Yeah, Deodato said that this one surprised him, that this, because he considered this one more shocking than Cannibal Holocaust.
Right, I kind of agree with him in a way. I certainly think I think the two films are masterpieces, this and Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
But and they're both in my top 10, so I think that says a lot. But I don't think Deodato got the credit he was due. I think he's always in the shadow of Fulci and Argento. And if you actually look at everything he did, I mean, he's got such a great filmography. Deodato, I urge people to like check out his other stuff like Phantom of Death, and you know, even something like The Washing Machine.
Oh yeah.
You know, I get enjoyment out of that. But yeah, so you got kind of a spark then between like Alex, David Hess's character, and Annie Belle. And there's definitely something going on. There's definitely like sexual attractions on both parts, you know.
Yeah, but she's kind of well-to-do. She don't want to admit it, kind of deal. I think
That's right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and there's that shower scene as well, which is amazing. She looks
Yeah.
so good in that shower scene.
She does. She could. She looks a lot furry. I mean, that stuff looks like bear fur.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you can fucking knit a sweat over that, like, you know.
Yeah.
But and the way she like just turns him on, basically, you know, through the like shower glass window, and like there's definitely something going on there between them, and it comes into play a little bit later on. But yeah, you know, so again, this is going to be heavily with spoilers, but they carry, like, at this party, then they carry on basically taking the piss, and I think they win all the money from Ricky by cheating at poker.
Oh yeah, you can tell they're cheating though.
Yeah, but he's so, you know, he doesn't realize.
Yeah.
And then that's when Alex he pulls out the straight razor. Then it's quite iconic with the film that he guessed at the start of the film, and he starts having a fight with that Howard guy, who's like this wimpy kind of, you know, rich guy basically.
Yeah.
Alex like slashes his face, you know, and he, like, Alex then it really gets like really morbid then after this, because he tells Ricky to go and like shag Gloria in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And then obviously he beats the crap out of this Howard guy. Takes him in, like literally gets him in the pool outside and starts pissing on him.
Yeah.
For no reason. And I mean,
well, he actually out of the group, he's the only one that actually tried to fight him. Really, you know.
He's the only one with a pair. Yeah, that's like Hess says that.
He's the only one with balls, you know. Like everybody else is like.
He kind of respects him for it, I think, as well. But when they're having that fight, it's kind of funny in it, because Hess is like this Howard guy like headbutts him in the groin, but Hess is just playing with him, and he says something to the effect like, "You can't, you know, street fighting's a lot different to what, you know, that they're used to."
Watch Telly Savalas.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, exactly. So like, you got Gloria and Ricky. There's like dynamic going on there. You can't tell if it's, you know, if she likes him a little bit. But again, I think we find out at the end of the film with that. But he begins to rape her as well. And Ricky begins to rape Gloria. And basically, because he's in front of everyone, he kind of can't perform. So then he answers back to Alex and tells Alex to shut up. And again, that's probably his worst thing he could do. The blowjob scene as well. You got Alex, Annie Belle's character. He gets to go down on him, and just as she's about to do the dirty deed, he like shoves her away. And he says,
making her look like a dirty bitch.
Yeah, he says something like, "You really like it," and I mean, personally, I would have let her carry on if it was me. But
that's some humiliating shit.
Yeah. But it's about to get like 10 times worse than that, to be honest. You know,
when I first seen that scene, though, I thought that she was fitting to bite the shit out of him. You know.
Yeah, because of Last House on the Left, I thought like something like that would have happened, but no, I think that, like, because they had sex in really during the film a bit later on, I actually think there was something between them two, because the chemistry was amazing. It came through the screen anyway.
Yeah, Hess said that everything you see in the movie, that she was really like that. That's what he said. And I was like, damn.
Right, yeah. Wasn't she married to the blonde guy who stars in all of Fulci's films?
I don't know if she was married, Al Cliver, but I think she was in a relationship with him at some. I don't know. I think it might have ended by then. I think they were together for like 74 to 78 or something. I think I read that somewhere. But actually, did you know? I thought she's still alive. I think.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
I swear I thought she died, and I was trying to figure it out when she died, but according to everything I see, she's still alive. She's only 66, so she's not extremely.
Wow, is she only? I would have.
Yeah, she was
So
only
she
like
done
20.
this really young.
She
Yeah.
must have been like 19 or 20 in this movie.
She was born in like 56 or something,
Oh.
or I can't really, but she was born in the mid to late 50s, so she was in her 20s for sure.
Okay.
And I mean, I can't think. Yeah, even Finette like was a little bit older at this time because this was the early 80s. I can't think of anyone hotter than Annie Belle at the time.
Have you seen Forever Emmanuel?
No, I
Oh,
want to. Yeah, because
God.
she's in that.
It's on Rare Lust. That is she's got blonde hair, but it's still super short. That's a hell of a movie.
Right, yeah, I'll have to definitely check that out.
Yeah.
She got the blonde hair for Absurd as well, didn't she? She did like a year later.
Was it
When
blonde?
she gets her head, yeah, she gets her head shoved in the
Yeah.
oven.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that was her. Shit, I'm tripping.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
also in
yeah.
like Murder Obsession with long hair, but it was dark at that point.
She is, yeah, that's right, yeah. I forgot about that actually. So we've got, Alex beating the crap now out the Tom, the guy who's in the like car at the beginning, and he's like smashing his fucking head. It's really
pussy,
like
man, in the whole movie. Like,
he looks British to me for some reason.
yeah.
he was in Tenebrae, wasn't he? He was
Yeah.
kind of Peter Neal's assistant in Tenebrae.
I don't know what Deodato meant by it, but he said he was from Roman nobility, whatever the hell that meant. I don't know.
So probably like royal family, kind of Italian royal family. That would mean
The Duke of Bologna.
Yeah.
Duke of Bologna. But Alex then he starts beating up on Manny Belle's character, and basically he rapes her. But I mean, you can tell she's kind of getting off on it in the end.
Yeah, it didn't feel like really a rape.
But it kind of does at first, but then it doesn't because she goes along with it, and she's definitely enjoying it. And there's a scene
as wild as his ass is, seemed like, in a way.
Yeah. But knowing that was done for real as well, kind of, makes it. But it's so unnerving, that scene as well, with the kind of music as well going over it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just really got me like unnerved the first time I seen that. So Alex gets Lisa and Glenda then, the black girl, basically to like get it on. He keeps calling her Roots, which is like a racist slur.
Oh yeah,
it was like a TV series one there back in the 80s.
Yeah, show or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, politically correct, this film isn't by a long way.
She was a model from Paris.
Yeah, she's very striking. I mean, all these Jallos and stuff in the early 70s, they kind of always had like a black girl, like an attractive black girl. I know it wasn't the same one, but
her name was Marie Claude Joseph.
Right? Yeah. I'm not
Deodato,
sure she did.
Deodato said he dated her for a little while.
Whoa!
Did you know that?
Okay.
No.
Deodato was with her for a little while. He said.
I wonder if the casting coach was involved in that one then when she actually made the film. But basically, now this is where things get a whole lot dodgy. Like if you think all that's messed up, then it gets 10 times worse. So we've got Cindy turns up now, this like neighbor from a neighboring house. And I think she's what would you guys say? She's meant to be like 15 or 16 years of age.
I don't know.
Sure. I'm pretty sure that was the plan. Obviously, the actress wasn't. She was a bit older, but I think that's what they were.
Very frigid, though. Regardless.
Yeah. So, you've got Gloria. She tries to escape. She seduces Ricky. At the same time as this Cindy kind of comes in. You've got a great use of the song "Sweetly" again, where Alex starts cutting off Cindy's clothes. And he starts like with this straight
singing that song, "Sweet Cindy" or something.
Yeah, it's so unsettling, man, when he's stripping her off.
That is a hard scene.
and he kind of like gets off on the fact that she's a virgin as well, and he's really like getting his kicks off that. Yeah, it's really like disturbing, I tell you, because he gets to a point where he's just slashing her all over her body.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that for me, like when she comes into it, it's kind of the hardest part of the film to watch in terms of all the violence and that. But yeah, so Ricky he tells Alex to stop. He says he does give a hint to what happened. He says something like, "Stop, Alex. Remember what you did to that woman last year." I mean, that's a big hint to what what's to come. And then I think this one of the touching scenes of the film is where he slashes Ricky's abdomen, and like I don't know if it's kind of like an accident or he just has a like fit of rage, but I mean the music and everything in that scene, like you really you even feel sympathy, I think, for Hess at times in this film, even though he's a complete.
It's so crazy how they do that in this one, because you kind of side with this scumbag, because of the way the super rich people are. They're so
exactly
themselves in a way, but
yeah, exactly.
Until you find out later, but I mean they're still fucked up.
I mean, like the actual speech he makes as well after he like slashes him as well. He says
"They did this to you."
Yeah, exactly. He goes, "Why did you turn against me?" He said, "I didn't want to hurt you."
Yeah.
He says, "You can't leave me now. They did this to you." And I mean, it's one of the best like monologues in the whole film, I think. Like, but yeah, coming up to the end now, and like things just get completely batshit crazy now. So you get like Tom just pulls this gun out on Alex. He shoots him basically through the back doors of this villa or this big house, and then he basically gives the reveal to why they're doing it. And I mean, we've got so many spoilers on you now. I might as well just say it.
Now, did you figure out like when that part comes? Did you think, what in the fuck? Like why would why would all this shit happen? Why would you allow all this shit to happen?
Yeah, that it got a little out of hand.
Yeah, that's the only gripe I got. But I mean, it still don't take away from the movie at all. But it just.
And I'm taking it like they're the sister. Like the sister was the one from the first woman in the film.
Yeah.
Or I don't think they actually specify if it's a different girl because she was raped and murdered. Yeah. But what I was confused is where the brother, obviously Tom, he says, I think he says something like, "You raped my sister," but he doesn't say nothing about the murder.
Oh, okay.
So I always wondered whether he was just a serial rapist. Maybe.
Yeah, he definitely was twisted.
But yeah, a great scene where he gets shot in the groin. And a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people laugh at that scene. It goes in slow motion.
Yeah, well, his face doesn't help it.
Yeah,
it's kind
of villains and shit in his teeth.
Yeah. It's kind of hokey, but I mean, I don't know. It kind of works for me as well.
Yeah.
And then you got the ultimate revenge, really. And then you got this Howard guy, and he starts singing the song to Hess. He goes, "Cindy, oh Cindy, you're gonna die." I mean, it's brutal what happens in the end to Alex, man. Even though he's such a bastard, the way it's ended is completely like brutal. But yeah, they basically just take turns in shooting him. He tries to get up from the water, and like Howard kind of reverses what happened early on in the film by pushing him back in. And yeah, basically a bullet to the head like finishes him off. And I think, like, considering everything that's gone on, first time I watched it, I was like, wow, this is like amazing. But I will say, like, that's the first time I watched it fully uncut, because the first time I actually watched this was 20 minutes cut out, which is just stupid from the UK release. But yeah, basically then the last kind of thing in the film, they kind of, all these characters, they take mercy on Ricky because, you know, one of them says, go, you know, shoot him, kill him off. But Lorraine DeSalle's character says, you know, come on, he's harmless.
And what about that scene with her character? Like, she just,
yeah,
is she giving like some mercy sex? You know, I don't know. Like, you know
again,
what I mean?
I kind of think she kind of likes him,
Right.
in a strange way, even though, because I think she sensed early on that he's just a pawn in like Alex's game. There's nothing really bad about him. You know, he hasn't got the mental ability to be, you know, another David Hess character type thing. But yeah, and the song "Sweetly" kind of chillingly just plays out the film, and like, I think it's an amazing film. Like I say, I think top 10 for me films of all time. But yeah, just briefly, just say, you know, I did actually see it with the 20 minutes cut out. But I don't know what you guys think, which I'm interested in, like, just as you sum up your thoughts. But I think this is a masterpiece. I think Hess is probably his best role, even better than Krug, I think. Yeah.
What about Hitchhike?
Yeah.
He's good in that mind as well, with, I think, Chlorine Cat, Clelly or whatever. But
and Franco Nero, right?
Yeah. So I urge everyone to check out that film because no one mentions it.
Because Hess says that he considers this, like, with Last House and Hitchhike, a trilogy.
Yeah, it is like an unofficial kind of trilogy.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. But yeah, I do. I think this is his strongest performance. I think it's Radice's strongest performance as well. I can't think of anything else. You know,
I think Last House, man. For me, anyway.
So you think Krug is better? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I can't argue with that, but I just think he's got a lot more to go at in this film, and he's like, I don't know, he's ruthless as Krug, but I just think he takes it even.
The thing is, too, though, like he shows like who he is. You know, that character, even though he's a scumbag, he's never faking who he is, where all these other people are. You know.
Yeah, and it's like what you said as well. How far do how far did they want to take this? I mean, there's no way they were planned for anything that happened. Obviously, they would have just ended it as soon as he got in the the big house or whatever. They could have just ended it there and then with the gun.
Yeah, so which is odd though. Like, you know, why
obviously want to make him suffer? Maybe.
Yeah, but they're the ones that suffer. Shit,
I think they had to go ahead with what they did, basically to kind of get it as self-defense. Because I guess if they'd have just shot him, it would have just been a case of
I
revenge.
get that. But damn, I mean, there's a lot of damage done that night.
Oh, that little girl's all scarred up.
Right.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah. So you can imagine the scars that would have been left there as well, and mentally as well. You know.
Yeah. Thanks for dragging me into this revenge plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the most chilling part of the film. That
she'll never forget it. Sure.
It goes to boundaries you didn't think it would go to, like with the underage kind of. I don't know. Yeah.
It's funny to hear Deodato talk about it because he was saying that that this movie actually he hated it, and then he began to love it because it started getting good reviews.
Really? I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense, but
it bothered him.
Go on.
He said it bothered him. It disturbed him to watch it, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah, and he's the one who made it, so...
Yeah.
But what was your... Like, when you guys first saw this, what was your initial reaction, and what's your initial reaction now as well?
I actually saw this. I bought back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Brentwood would sell these massive sets of movies, and a lot of them were crap, but there was a widescreen print of this movie, and it was amazing because half the crap is VHS, and then all of a sudden you get this really clear widescreen movie. I just found it crazy and stuff, and the music obviously is a part of it because it's this disco-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just have always really liked it. I know. I mean, it's very mean-spirited. Uh, but for some reason that it's not a turnoff to me for what's going on,
Yeah.
especially after you've seen it and you know what's going on after the multiple viewings. I will say that the Blu-ray, or not the Blu-ray, but the 4K, the Blu-ray that Dirk's got, I have it. I'm not going to upgrade, but Dana got the Blu-ray 4K, and it looks really good as well. And we could see a lot more details. Like in one scene, there's a shelf full of porcelain animals or something. I mean, it's just weird stuff,
right.
but it's a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first time I seen it, I was like, "Holy shit!" It was kind of a rough one,
Oh yeah.
And but then, like this edition is like everything's uncut. It's like, there was even more shit cut that Deodato talks about. So I don't even know what else would have been cut.
I'd love to see all the other stuff they had.
It's probably like full on,
Yeah, because I had the Street Show, I think, put out a DVD about 10, 15 years ago.
I got that
was
signed.
The only way. Yeah, that's the one you got signed. Yeah,
by Hess. He wasn't in a joyful move or not. I don't know, but he said something like "Let's boogie" or something. And
right. What was he like when you met him? Was he kind of,
He's kind of like very demure, and maybe he was just tired. I'm not really sure what was going on at the point, but I think Dana met it.
Yeah.
Dana met him at hey Dana. Dana's up
Wasteland.
at Wasteland.
Hey Dana.
Was he very animated or is he pretty laid back?
He didn't seem grumpy, he just seemed reserved.
Reserved, she says, so.
Yeah, a lot of people say that he's kind of like really not very nice to get on with. Yeah, I don't want to speak ill of the dead or anything. But I remember when I heard of his death, I think it was like 10, 12 years ago. I was really shocked because it came out of nowhere. I didn't think he had a massive heart attack or something. But he was so talented. He wrote the songs for like Elvis Presley, I think, back in the day. So, he must have been fairly well off money-wise as well. But I don't think
it was a hit, yeah.
He did the music for Last House as well,
Yeah, that's an outstanding soundtrack as well. But like I say, great. I highly recommend this. But I mean, you've got to go into this knowing what you're in for, really. That's the thing.
Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, it's not. By today, I don't know if I really think it's that shocking. Maybe it is. I've just seen so much, but that there's a lot worse things, more shocking out there to watch.
I agree though with Steve because like the first time you watch it, it's the initial, but after a couple more viewings, it don't hit you as hard, I guess. You know what I mean? Like as far as the shock value.
It'd be interesting to see maybe like a 16, 17-year-old watching it today, what they would make of it. They probably laugh all the way through knowing the youth of today.
I did find this one story pretty interesting from because I listened to a lot of stuff about Deodato about it, and he was saying that that David Hess was like in a deep depression, and he said that he only wanted to be around Deodato.
Okay.
And so when he was gonna go, so Deodato invited him over to Rome. That when he died, he had a plane ticket in his pocket to go to Rome, and
never.
So I was like, "Holy shit!" But yeah, they were really good friends. And Deodato said that he had to be mean to him because when he was on the set, that he always controlled everything on the set. Like he owned the set basically, And Deodato said he
Yeah.
had to be mean with him and slapped him one time. And,
Wow,
and he
wow.
said he slapped him, and then Hess just had he was a pretty big guy, but he just had like these puppy dog eyes, but at the same time he looked like he wanted to kill him. I was like, oh
Yeah.
but yeah, but he said he was a great guy. He knew that he carried the films with his charisma, and he made all the other actors around him better because they were all trying to match his performance. And so he knew that. So he would always bust the producer's balls and be like, I need 2 first-class plane tickets. I need daily per diem, a large daily per diem, like all kind of shit. But yeah, man. From what I understand, though, like you listen to his interviews, he sounds highly intelligent, man. I mean, opposite of the characters he played.
You mean David Hess?
Yeah, David Hess.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, if you watch all the old interviews,
right.
Very talented man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I really, really enjoy this one. I give it an 8 out of 10 for me.
Oh God, I'd give it a 10.
See, honestly,
it's literally great film.
Me and Dana were just going to watch a little bit of it because we've seen this movie dozens of times, and we end up watching the entire thing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those films. Yeah.
So I guess Black Friday's coming up. I guess you guys have seen some of the releases from Severin is announced. I mean, they're going to have 4Ks of Cemetery Man and Opera. Or the Church, I'm sorry. Yeah. And they still got more to announce.
Yeah. I'm wondering
there's a Ray Jallo as well. Sorry, Dirk, go on.
I'm just wondering, like, if I should wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When those drop.
Well, Four Flies is the one that hasn't. I don't think that's dropped at all, right?
Yeah.
Now, they do conventions nearby here, so I might.
Yeah, because I'll go to Nightmare, and all that shit will be there on tables.
Right.
And they'll actually cut me a good deal.
If you buy enough, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering
how many titles have they announced?
They announced like 3 or 4, and then one of them's called like the Dead One or something. I'd never even heard of that.
Right. Yeah. There's one called Closed Circuit, which is
that's
from '77. And I've got like an old bootleg of it, and like from what I can gather, it's really good. So I mean, I'm really excited about that one.
Okay.
I think they have more. Like I thought I read maybe 4 up to 4 or so more they're going to announce. So Opera is probably in the mix there, I would think.
That's going to be a first date buy for me. What you guys like on the Church? Do you both like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I actually got a VHS of the Church somewhere. I don't know if I still got it because I bought it back in the early 2000s before the DVD came out. And
I got the Blue Underground DVD.
But I do have a Blu-ray of it.
I didn't like it the first time because I was expecting a Demons film. But we're going to do something like in about a month's time on Asia Argento. We're going to try and cover every single one of her like thriller horror films, which is going to be an undertaking. But I'll give it another watch then, and I'll see.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the Patreon, you can watch me watching some of these crazy films she did of herself.
I'm on the Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I'm on Patreon. Yeah.
It's on there somewhere where I was watching. She's in bed she's got like a TV between her legs or on her, and she's like, ain't got her top just comes off, and then she's filming herself in a bathroom. It's weird shit, but
because we are gonna bring up the controversial case with her and that boy.
Oh yeah,
because
Lucky Boy.
Dirk sent, Lucky Boy. Get paid
what do you call it?
grand.
Well, he was 7 when she first met him. So
he was also 17 and a half when they got busy. So like someone was saying, what's the difference here? 17 and a half, 6 more months is going to make you a man.
But I was hearing other things that she was having him send dick pics when he was 12.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
I mean,
God
that
damn.
just blows my mind when I think of that. You know.
And she was like ahead of the the Me Too movement shit. But
well, yeah, because she fucking old Harvey ate her out or something.
Yeah.
And then they got together again.
Yeah.
And then apparently it was cool then, but
Right.
before then, I don't know. It's just weird.
I think Harvey got her to blow him. And then, like you say, it was weird because she come out with that movement, and then all this come out with this boy, and then you've heard nothing.
Well,
about it since.
First that Anthony Bourdain killed himself because she was cheating on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she did that, and then this came out, and boom, she was like back to Italy and moved out on like Italy's Got Talent or something show.
Yeah, they banned her off of that.
I mean, it's crazy stuff.
But I've kind of got my own views on it. I actually think, because I'm a massive Asia fan anyway.
Oh yeah.
But I think she was kind of set up a little bit. If the 12-year-old dick pic is true, then yeah, I can't defend that.
Yeah.
But,
what's that movie? It's the heart is deceitful.
Heart above all is the deceit, something like that.
Yeah.
That's an insane film anyway.
Right. And she's playing the mother of the guy.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I've seen clips of him. If you see him as a little boy, it's fucking disturbing knowing what goes on after.
He got dressed up as a girl, and then Marilyn Manson molested him.
Oh.
In the movie.
Right, never. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an insane movie. I think Severin or Vinegar said and put it out on Blu-ray, but it's like I'm okay. It's not great, but it was kind of interesting when you watched it. But beyond that, it's not a great movie.
I've downloaded like 4 or 5 obscure ones from it. I've not seen yet. I think
there's
the Keeper is one of them.
There's like 16,
Keeper is good.
16 of her films on Tubi, so I'm gonna watch a lot of those, and then I have probably at least 6 or 7 of hers with her in it.
I think Gizmo said he's got loads. He's got pretty much. There's
he's
not many he hasn't got.
Tons, man.
So
Great.
yeah. So any of you guys like listening, if you wanna I think it's in 3 weeks' time we're gonna be covering that. It's gonna be an undertaking, mine, but. Yeah, everything we do seems to be an undertaking.
Yeah. Well, Dana, I was going to pick next time.
Yeah.
But Dana came in, and I guess she made a recovery enough to get up. So she's going to pick a movie that's not from Europe or anything. It's a Thanksgiving horror movie that I'm not a big fan of, but it's called Blood Rage.
Okay.
Oh, Nightmare Shadow Woods.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Blood
I haven't
Rage.
seen that for a while, so I'd be interested.
Right.
I remember kind of just being lukewarm on it.
Yeah.
It's never been one of my favorites.
I was thinking about. She'd be mad if I did that Forever Emanuel movie, so I couldn't do that one. But either way.
Yeah.
So if
That'll
it's
be a first time watch for me, but I recently got it in from the Shocktober Arrow sale.
Ah, cool.
So
So
just out of curiosity, I think Dana actually likes Haste on the Edge of the Pad, doesn't she?
oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really likes it a lot. So her verdict is get it. So so I guess we'll meet up the Sunday after Thanksgiving for me and Dirk. If that's
you
cool.
guys got that coming, yeah.
Okay.
What
All
date
right.
is Thanksgiving over there?
It's the 23rd. It's my birthday this year, so
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
eating a bunch of turkey and taking a nap.
You'll
So,
be 23.
I wish. I'm getting close to retirement. Let's just say I'm getting step by step.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm not far behind you, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'm quitting about 62. I just decided F it. So
Yeah. Just watch
I can live
films
off
all
my
day.
posters or something if I need to.
Oh hell yeah.
I don't. I guess Severin, if they still got the license, they are going to do a 4K of it. But as of now, I don't know.
I'll tell you, man, this Blu-ray's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't upgraded from the blue. I mean,
Thank you, sir. Well, here's the thing: if you got a 4K player,
yeah.
that does do some type of upscaling.
Right.
So if you got a remastered, super great quality Blu-ray
Yep.
on a big TV, it's going to look pretty close to 4K.
Right.
Like the New York Ripper Blu-ray that came out. I think Severin put it out. I can't remember. Or no, Blue Underground probably,
Blue Underground.
And it looks amazing. And then they did come out with a 4K of it, but that one looks amazing. So I'm just going to stick with it. It's more compatible with more players, obviously, a Blu-ray player and a 4K. So, but I'll stick with that.
Yeah, man. There's no need to keep buying all these damn movies over and over.
No, there's a lot of people.
Are you going to buy Opera again, though, Dirk?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that 4K I got, it's a German release.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you got
Like
that.
5-disc set, super nice set, man. I mean, it's amazing. I don't need to buy it again, you know. Just my personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll take off here. I thank everybody for coming out again, and we'll see you next time for some turkey after the turkey with Blood Rage. And some Ted Raimi cranberry sauce or something, which I would never touch.
I need to get a Terrifier shirt with art, you know, a Thanksgiving shirt with the mashed potatoes in the face. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go see Thanksgiving next weekend.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, have you seen there's like a promo, Eli Roth promo about that film, and all he does is blow smoke up his own ass.
I didn't see that.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it kind of puts me off a bit, but I hope it's good. You know, I'm a slasher fan, so I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah. So I
We'll
guess
see.
we'll say goodbye, and then we'll be back next time.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.